Hey, so we're playing Potion Master and going against a Vela. I think we're just going to take the Eeny Meeny. I like it on Polywoggle or Rainbow Unicorn. Yeah, 2/2 Rainbow Unicorn is actually pretty nice. Obviously, we'd like a targeted spell. Unfortunately, this doesn't count as a targeted spell. It does work if you cast this and have a Merlin, you get the buff, but it doesn't work with the Potion Master, unfortunately. So, have some options. I think we end up casting the Shard on something. I don't know if we're supposed to do it on the Unicorn because it gives +3/+3. So we're either going to cast it on the Prince or the Rainbow Unicorn. And I think since the Rainbow Unicorn's pretty fine here, we'll just cast it on the Prince. Not something we're super excited about. And we'll roll here. Because we got a targeted spell, I think we'll stop here. And the idea is next turn we can... We would like to buy 2 things, but I think we might just buy 1 and then cast the spell, or we just buy 2 and then next turn pause for the spell? Huh. I don't know which is better. Against that Dracula, I guess, so if we target the kitty, because I don't think we want the Polywoggle this turn. So if we were to target the kitty, we could buy, sell, buy kitty, target it, try to get the gold we are sort of spewing back, but getting the spell cast in the meantime, because the spell cast is worth 3/3, or at least 2/2. I think that's the play. We're gonna buy, sell, buy, target, make it a 5/4. It's likely to slay as a 5/4. And then do we want the Polywoggle or not? Usually Polywoggle's okay because it's easier. I think we'll just take 3 drops. We have 2 things, so I guess the buying and selling didn't matter a ton. Okay, well that was a hit. Okay, so we're gonna lose this fight. The dwarfs were a little too big, which means we don't actually keep the magic research, which makes that play a little worse. So what I want to do is... This is a slay, this is a slay, so I think we're going to pause here. What we're going to do is... Because we want to get this going ASAP, because we have so many slays. We're going to have 3. But I think we're going to buy the Brave Princess, target it with a spell, buy the Kitty Cut Purse, and then just pause right here. And yeah, I think this gives us the best chance to get some slays. Start getting going on our... Does it work better if we do this? I'm not really sure. I think we want this up front. I think it's better to maybe sacrifice the buff in order to get, you know, the chance that the cut purse doesn't get attacked. Although it does make this backliner very rarely going to slay because it's going to be a 1. Yeah, I didn't consider that fully. Ooh, they get the first attack, which is rough for us. Okay, this gives us a 1/2. No, we didn't get it. Okay, okay. Wow, so that fight did not play out well for us, unfortunately. I don't know if we would have won either way, but the way it played out did not give us much of a shot. And we're gonna roll. I'm hoping to sell the chicken to... No, I think he does it make sense to sell unicorn, sell chicken, and buy a Wicked Witch? Or is that too much gold for something that's not good enough upgrade? I don't think we want to cast the spell, right, and take 2 damage instead of selling a unicorn. Like, it allows us to keep something. Yeah, let's do that. Go like this. Now we can keep this in back. And the idea is that we just want to maximize our slays, try to grow the Shadow Assassin. We did take some damage, obviously not what we're looking for. We're actually one of the lowest health people. I thought we were doing pretty well, but we have pretty low health. We haven't got any extra XP either, that's the other thing to think about. Unfortunately, the Witch does not help us if we find an adventure eventually. So we'll have to get a targeted spell for that in order to grow that, if that ends up being our plan. It might just, you know, we don't go adventure and we just try to buy XP spells, or we do, you know, none of these things, right? But That was obviously lucky. Wow, we got some really nice hits. Yeah, we got pretty near optimal hits. I think we got all 3 slays. Okay, we'll grab this thing. One more monsters dies. I think we'll just take a 4-drop when this triggers, although we do have 3 monsters at this point. So it's not like that wasn't an option. Oh, we just talked about buying XP. Excuse me. And then we have another sleigh right here. I think we're supposed to take this other sleigh just because it can grow both the Shadow Assassins. Oh, I didn't realize we had... Yeah, so we're gonna wait here and just buy this next turn, I think. One thing about buying XP spells on Potion Master, and we ended up with even more monsters. Maybe the monster manual would have been good. Because yeah, I guess it's whenever a monster dies, so it includes if they're in the back line. It depends how much you think you're going to lose the fights, but yeah. So one thing about the Potion Master is if you buy the Turkish Delight, you don't get... There's no chance you get to cast the targeted spell that turn. We're probably not going to do anything with our next turn, really, if we buy the Turkish Delight. That could be a reason not to do it. I still think it's correct. We have a bunch of slays. We do get some scaling already. I think we're focused on trying to get the 6. Although, we're not going to get any slays if that happens. Well, in terms of our expected number of slays, you know, given how big they were, we actually high rolled a little bit. We do have 10 gold, so we are able to buy XP and maybe find something else. Obviously these are decent if you can cast some type of, you know, just cast spells in general. Like we could buy both of these, then next turn cast the healing potion. See if we can start growing these. Although we're gonna end up with too many backliners, I think is what's gonna happen. Ooh, and here's something that gives us slays. So we can move the Shadow Assassin up front, then put a princess in back. I don't hate that. We're not, I mean, we're kind of a slay comp. Like, there's no reason for us to be a slay comp, but we are sort of one. Yeah, I think I like that. Gives us a little bit more scaling, which is something we're looking for. Eventually we need to triple these Shadow Assassins just because we need to consolidate our board a little bit. But yeah, I mean, these both have double slay. This is a single slay, so, you know, getting +2/+2 on these, you know, and then also, you know, they grow themselves is pretty good scaling if we can get it. Next turn, you know, we'll probably just, you know, look for some Shadow Assassins, take that opportunity, and, you know, then the turn after that will be on 5, so we'll want to figure out a plan, and maybe we'll get a 4-drop treasure right here. Although, I think... Oh, well, that was unfortunate. Oh, we didn't get that slay either. Okay, well... Well, this is what low rolling looks like, so... Yeah, this was brutal. Wow, they got a very easy win. We're taking 9 damage. Oh, that was a turn. Okay, let's buff something. Oh, he has a slay as well. Can we reasonably get that? Or are we just gonna end up dead? It's a vampire, but is it like a significant upgrade over vampire? Put in this thing. Kinda. Yeah, I don't know, I liked Chupacabra last time. I'll give it another go. He has another targeted spell we would love to cast. Oh, he has a pile of Chupacabras. Okay. we're gonna have to wait here. What if we take out the princess and just put in a bunch of Chupacabras? Oh no, this isn't nearly big enough, so we're gonna go like this. Next, so if we don't get the princess trigger here, we'll just grab the Chupacabra and get a 5-drop treasure. Might actually be better. What if we do that instead? Because we just don't want the 4-drop treasure, I think is the logic. Probably somehow got that sleigh. Taking some damage here. Okay, we take 7. That is a lot. We'll get the 5-drop. I love Mimic, but I don't think we can reasonably buy it here. So I think maybe we just get the Hand of Midas. And like buy the Wombat. It's a reasonable power upgrade. Should we put this back in? We could sell these 2 things and grab a Ride of the Valkyrie. Gives us a better chance to slay on our characters. Unfortunately, we would like to be buffing the Shadow Assassins. So maybe we just put this in back. Obviously, we don't want this. Now let's sell these 2 and grab the buff. Yeah, and hopefully this triggers and gives these things +2/+2. We'll give these things slays. They're not likely to actually work, but we have them. This person's on 5 as well. I think we've only purchased 1 XP, so that's unsurprising. Wow, this stuff's just kind of big though. We did get the sleigh. Let's hope this is a big 6-drop. Well, it's a pretty good 6-drop, but it's not one that helps us here. Oh, we're gonna win it? Well, we did win this. That's amazing. Range characters just so good. They just got very unlucky attacks. Okay, here's a thing that does stuff with slays, right? This isn't quite the targeted spell we're looking for. Okay, so at this point this just has to trigger, right? Like this. Do we want this next turn? 4-drop treasure is not nothing, especially given that we have none. Let's do that. Buy this for the gold block. No, actually, are we even? We're not even playing the mermaid right now. Although maybe we will play the mermaid. We'll put the mermaid in back with 1 of the Shadow Assasin, put 1 up front, and replace the Brave Princess. I think that's the plan. It's a very loose plan. Is everyone at 5 still? Okay, we got some nice scaling off that round at least, and I think we got the 3-drop, right? I guess our characters with Slay getting +3/+3 is fine here. Makes buying these a little more reasonable. I think we'll grab no, we want the reduplicate, right? Because we have 1 spawner and it's a good one. Ooh, that's a nice one too. Okay, I mean we're definitely going in on slays. It's not the comp I expected to go, but it's where we ended up. We don't have anything that targets the trees, and I guess, is it better to... we swap all this stuff, right? Hopefully they didn't sell. I do hate when people sell off all this stuff. I get why they do it, but it is unfortunate to go a comp like this and then miss an entire round because people decide to sell off their board. No, we want to buff this thing too. Yeah, let's go like this. And we'd prefer if these have slay. If we give the two things. Does this? So this doesn't have slay anymore. It's weird, it has slay, or it counts as a slay trigger, but it doesn't count as slay for the purpose of this. Maybe that's only after it has triggered though? Maybe it has slay until the quest goes off? I don't actually know. But yeah, we'll give me our entire front line +3/+3 is all this is doing, but hopefully that's enough. And every time something triggers, you know, the bad moon makes bigger. I think what we're supposed to do is put the Shadow Assassin up front, actually, behind the mermaid. We sure don't want the... yeah, we want this thing to be able to trigger. There we go. Love it. Okay, so this is getting bigger. The Baba Yaga. Is this reasonable here? So I think we want to go like this, right? Then if we have an all Baba Yaga backline, we can't reasonably get a Pumpkin King. And also, yeah, we want the spawn, this to be the spawner. Yeah, I don't think that's what we're doing then. Is that any good? I don't think so. Sell this by... this is what we were looking for. I think Slay characters getting +3/+3 is actually weaker than the Reduplicator, although it is stronger than the Bad Moon long term. I think we're going to do this. Put this in back, maybe? Would we just put the... maybe we just put the Wombat in back. Let it spawn at the end. So I mean, this will attack twice, and then this will probably die when it attacks, but if it even gets one off, it's good for us. Well, actually, this will survive and get two... wow, this is a very nice fight for us because that just happened. Like, it's at 37, that second attack got up to 49. They still have some very big stuff, but we'll win this eventually. Oh, we actually take them out. Oh wow, that was an unlucky fight for them. We got very lucky with the Chupacabra, and then we just had a bunch of upgrade cards. So, I'm trying to like do the math on... is there any chance the Hercules ever, if we put it up front, ever triggers? I think the answer is no. Although we don't have anything good. So if we put the Hercules in front of a Slay thing, because this attacks twice either way. So we put the Hercules up front, give it +30 or +10, but we need to trigger over the next fight, not the next two, or the next two fights at most. This does buff it a little bit, right? Because we get the Potion Master trigger. And we have two really bad cards is the thing. So does that also means we might not want to spend. What if we go with Gumblegore, right? Gumblegore, put this in front. Like this. 36. Unfortunately, we can't get quite enough to... I mean, we're quite a bit short. Yeah, I think we'll go like this. It doesn't have... there's no really good way to get this Slay, right? I know, because we can't get it. We can't get it all the support buffs. Yeah, hopefully we'll put this in. Hopefully we just beat the clone. If we lose to the clone, we have other problems. Oh, and this is actually a clone we could lose to because they have... Oh wow, and yeah, summoning that animal was actually really bad for us. Does make it possible that this takes a bunch of hits. Oh, unfortunately this lost its... lost its buff and it only took one hit total. Yeah, it's a little low for what we're looking for. Cats isn't bad when we have all these buffs. I don't think it's worth it overall. Other cats. No, it feels like the first cats wasn't worth it. Second cats is probably in a similar place. Can't afford that, so. I don't know what they have, but I think it's possible they have some ranged characters that makes fog good. Unfortunately, this is... sorry, this is not... This is 36, not... This is 70... 64, not 74. Okay, so if this takes 2 hits, it will trigger. Otherwise, we might have waited for the Princess Grace. I think we're fine here. You know, we'd like our ranged attacker to be ahead, but we do need to give this Slay. We don't need to give this Slay, so we could move it 3rd, and then this would get 2 attacks. But I think we really just want to focus on this triggering rather than getting greedy with the 6-drop treasure, but that could be wrong. Okay, so they had no ranged attackers, so my whole ranged attacker plan didn't make a ton of sense. Okay. Oh, it attacked twice, but it didn't slay the first time? Oh no. We're actually getting good hits, though. Yeah, we did a good amount of damage. They have some good stuff, too. There might be stuff we can target with this. I think we'll take the health. We're sort of at a point where that could be relevant. This will trigger... I think in general, Shrivel's pretty good. We can probably look for something better. I always think this is one you can cast twice. It's not. I think this is a little bit better than Shrivel, maybe. So we could get next turn. Yeah, we're just looking for the 6-drop treasure to place maybe Bad Moon, because we stop, you know, the scaling stops being as relevant. And we probably just want something to go in this spot, too. We don't have, like... Is Grumblegore worth it? I mean, grabbing 1 Grumblegore... We can't really replace anything because we're getting so much scaling. I think we'll probably replace the Reduplicator, because not only is this just sort of a random character, but it also doesn't seem to be having 2 slots a lot of the time, because this is ranged and this is pretty bulky. I think we're only been summoning 1 thing a lot of the time. We did buy 1 extra health, which maybe helps us survive a fight. I think we just fought this person, so after we fight them, if both people survive, they fight each other. So if we can survive this fight, we have a good shot at 2nd place at least. Although, we should be playing for 1st. I do always say I get too many 2nd places instead of 1sts, and I'm really spewing, I think, when I get near the end of the fights. They don't have round table, so we do have a shot. Okay, they did take out our ranged attacker. So we're getting a lot of summons here. Which is nice because we have the... Oh, that was a bad hit for us. I think we win this. Yeah, things are just bigger, right? We knock them down to 1? Oh no. Are we gonna regret that? If they have found a round table, we're regretting that. we just double the support bonuses? Yeah, so Magic Sword is okay, but was taking everything. I think doubling the support bonus is actually it's most important with the Baba Yaga. So we might not keep that around forever, but I think it's good for this particular turn. What if it's just worth getting a slay character, getting this to trigger one of our slays? We can actually give this slay, rotate this out, give this, just because we want to focus on scaling for the, yeah, let's grab that. That might be greedy, but, ooh. Grab this thing? What if we do that, sell two things, to, I don't know, buff this, throw this, I think maybe this is stronger, put this here, with the idea being that this triggers on one of our slay characters and gets us some more scaling, and we just are maximizing our scaling buffs here. Yeah, we're just trying to maximize our scaling. There we go. So we just wanted to trigger this, and it triggers here, which triggered a bunch of times, as you can see. Because all our slay buffs are doubled. So this was bought fresh, and has just already become a 45, 48. Them having a bunch of spawners is actually nice for us here. Because it means we might get back around and start slaying again. Looks like we didn't, but, you know, that's fine. So, are we going to lose to this person? Wow, no one is getting knocked out. That's wild. Wow, this became huge, too. I don't even know how. How is this so big? Whenever a slay ability... What? Whenever one of your characters... So does this count as triggering the slay ability? Is that what happened? I honestly don't know. Ooh, this is really... Medusa's really good with this build. Because if you just go like this, you become quite strong. Because they double attack. Just finding multiple Medusas is nice. We can do that. And then we're just looking for a nice spell. We've kind of yet to see. I don't know if we're supposed to buff this thing. Oh, here we go. I don't know if this will do anything, but I wanted the health. Yeah, leaving this person alive at 1 might come back to bite us. Oh, we're gonna get crushed here, right? We do take two things with this. Oh, are we getting crushed? Because they don't have a ton of health. No, we're beating this person somehow. Okay, never mind. Again, leaving this person alive at 1 health might come back to bite us. Not that, you know, not that we made an active choice, just that that's what happened. If I can find another Medusa, I think I'll just put that in. I keep buying these health because I think there's a chance it gives us an extra fight. Yeah, so I think the idea is just put 2 Medusas up front. And then this here. So we need the Medusas to have Slay. And then yeah, let's just find a spell. I think Shrivel's good enough. I think, what are they playing? I think they're playing Royals, right? Was that what it was? So, and do we want, maybe we put this one first? That doesn't. We want this to have 6 health because then it might slay. Or, sorry, 6 attack because then it might slay the O6 statue. Otherwise, we leave statues on the board. So the idea is that even if they take out one of our things, we get double Medusa attack. And if they don't have a ton of tricks... Ooh, well this is a problem, obviously. Okay, I think we're good here. Oh, we're getting tons of slay buffs. Yeah, it looks like we're taking this out. Oh, no, I forgot that this no longer has slay. Yeah, well, we were fine there. Okay, well, I was actually surprised we beat the Lion King, but that last fight, double Medusa with slay and Harvest Moon is just, quite the combo. The Chupacabra came up huge again. I've been liking that. This isn't even Sad Dracula, and we have a 400 attack Shadow Assassin. We have, 100 attack Baba Yaga, which you usually don't see those get super big. Chupacabra is interesting. I think it's especially good with Bad Moon, because the Bad Moon allows it itself to get big, so it can keep slaying. Because, otherwise it would just be the 7-5 or the 14-10 or whatever. So good game. Glad we pulled that out.